Good evening, good morning, and good night. Welcome to Inappropriate Radio. It's your host. Let's get into this. So, hi guys. I hope all is well. No periodic table or alien talk today. However, I already know the creator came through with a message. All right. We always go over solutions and how to counter the spiritual attacks and different things that are affecting us spiritually. But we never really give advice to the people who are attacking us, right? We oftentimes go into warnings and we are basically giving people that are attacking us an opportunity to fix their behavior, right? And to get it together. But we never really go into how we're gonna kind of balance things out, right? Now, of course, we're not God, but when you seek forgiveness from the people that you attack and you actually change your behavior, this does a lot, okay? Not only does it help you start to release the spirits that are actually using you as a host to attack people, it helps you bring equilibrium to the realms, and it also helps you build your relationship with the creator. Now, some people, they're so far gone that God is just like, you know what? You might have to just stay over there, right? Obviously, God has the last word. His word is law, and we're always going to be forgiven. We're his children. But some people, they have been so disobedient and so interested and invested in bringing down the plans that he has for a lot of people. It's just going to be some karma that's definitely necessary. Now, some karma can be avoided, some karma cannot. Like we discussed, some people, they are literally put here to be our karma. We even went into some of the zodiac signs and some of the reasons why people are put in our lives to serve us as karma, right? We talked about that. But we never really go into assisting those people with getting themselves in the proper energy. And usually this would not really mean anything, right? What did Jay-Z say? This here is the city. Half of y'all won't make it, right? A lot of people just won't make it. A lot of people, it was designed for them to bring that lower level negative demonic energy and then perish away with the energy that they are consumed by and attached to so heavily. But there are people who have gotten caught up in the crossfires just because who they're attached to, whether they're attached to them by spirit, some spirit that has binded them together. Remember, we talked about smoking and drinking with people and just being in physical contact, touching people, being in people's homes. You can have a spirit bind you to a person by your actions, just having sex with them, eating their food. It's just a lot of different things, right, that can tie you to a person. That's just like your environment or your DNA, your blood, your genetics, right, can tie you to a spirit. So when you start looking at the people who have gotten caught up and they are in these situations because it's just unfortunate, the creator allowed that to happen because these are those spirits that are just hanging in the balance. These are the spirits that the war is over. The people that are chosen, you have already been selected to choose one side or the other. The creator already was aware of which side you were going to take, right? But those people that are hanging in the ballot, Those are the soldiers that are going to assist. Those are the soldiers that are going to have testimonies and have accounts for the different ways that they have been protected and things of that nature, right? The people that are chosen, or star seeds, or indigo children, special black sheeps, whatever you want to call it, those people were already cast aside because they have a special place in this war, right? The only thing the shaitan can do is attack you. You are already on the side of God. This is why you're being attacked, because he's trying to make the army weaker. That's why those people who are hanging in the ballot don't get attacked, because they're just already in the way, right? They're going to get rolled out if they don't do what it is that they're supposed to do. But those people are the ones that are going to be adding on to the strength and adding on to the equilibrium that is required to fight this spiritual war. A lot of people don't even realize that they're straddling the middle. A lot of people don't even realize that they're on God's side by just simply doing the right thing. A lot of people don't realize that they're on the enemy's side by simply doing the wrong thing, right? Or not even the wrong thing, not doing what the Creator is instructing you to do. We all get a certain level of, excuses and pardons. But once you get into that spiritual maturity, that self-awareness, and you have those rose-colored glasses, as Baba de Gregory, may God rest his soul, refers to them as, which is your spirituality glasses, your keen senses, your insight into the spiritual realms beyond the veil. Once you have access to that, you now become responsible for holding up your space in the fight. And we talked about that, right? These different levels, phases, and stages that is attached to your ascension. Sorry, I got distracted a little bit, but yeah, you have to be willing to look at all of the moving parts that are connected to people when you attack them. Let's just say you attack a person, right? And they can't go to work anymore for whatever reason. Whatever you did has affected them in the area of being able to make it to work. Now the person that is having to fill in their space is not on a post that the Creator had put them on. Like, this stuff gets deep. When you start spiritually attacking people, not only do you have to look at the effects and how it can backfire and affect you, you have to look at how it may affect your children. And a lot of people have this ego, and they think that they are so strong that these things can happen, but you could have a lot of bad stuff happen to you by attacking people. And sure, your ranking has a lot to do with it, your ability to do it, your intentions behind it, who you're attacking, what type of method you're using to attack them. All of these things are factors, but the fact of the matter is, once you spiritually attack someone, you open up a portal to havoc being wreaked in anybody's life, right? Because you are putting out negative energy into the environment, into the ethers. And anyone can pick this up, especially if you are attacking someone who is really, really protected, that is having a ranking that is so high that their purpose is connected to a lot of people. The people that they are connected to can also be affected. And we talked about that, right? But a lot of people who tune in, I imagine that some of you guys, or at least majority of you guys, are not the ones spiritually attacking people. I mean, I would hope not, right? I will hope that majority of my audience are full of people who are high vibrational beings that the Creator is guiding here for confirmation, spiritual insight, an introduction to what spirituality can look like outside of religion, what modern day spirituality look like in explaining spiritual warfare. Like, hopefully when you come here, that is what you're looking for. I know there are people who are spectating, people who are, peering their evil eyes, people are just coming to be nosy. Hopefully I have some sponsors listening that are interested in assisting me with taking the podcast to another level. But all in all, this type of warfare is something that you have to realize, because we are in this shift, because we are going through this new vibration. The way your magic is going to be countered is not going to be the typical backfiring symptoms that we know of in the spiritual realm, like what it looks like, right? Like, it's no longer just going to be, you getting sick, you losing your job, it's going to be like death, right? It's going to be like a lot of generations that are in your bloodline being affected. You not being able to grow and prosper. Like, the people that are around you are going to feel it. The people that are connected to you in any kind of way. No one's safe. So you have to seek forgiveness. Of course, you don't have to do anything, right? You want to go to God. You ask God first to forgive you for attacking people. They don't have to be chosen. They don't have to have this great and mighty purpose. God loves us all. So if you are doing something to someone, you're taking God's job, first of all. If God did not appoint you to be someone's karma, it's crazy, right? Sometimes God really does use people to raise hell. Just like he uses people to bless others, he can use people to raise hell, right? But if you are taking it upon yourself, if you were instructed directly not to attack someone, not to abuse and manipulate and stalk and do all this crazy nonsense too, if you were given instructions not to engage in such activity and then you continue, you have to realize that the repercussions are not up to you. Whatever the karma looks like is not up to you. You have to understand that. And the minute you get that, we'll be able to move forward. But until then, until you start taking accountability and until you start understanding that your behavior is not only toxic to the ethers in the realms, it's toxic to your genetic structure, you're just going to be destructive, right? Seek forgiveness genuinely after you ask God to forgive you for attacking people. Like I said, they don't have to be chosen. They don't have to be high and mighty. It's just anybody that you're attacking. If you have the courage to drop your ego and admit to someone that you've been attacking them and that you would like to be forgiven by them, you shave off about 55% of your karma. If you can expose yourself, if you can come out of the shadows, even if a person knows, even if they have brought it to your attention and said, hey, I know what you're doing. If you yourself can come out and admit, you can come out of your karma a lot faster and it'll be a lot less painful. Trust me, I know from firsthand experience. Not spiritually attacking someone, but engaging in behaviors that I should not. And it had caused me to become spiritually attacked because of my decisions, right? So I'm saying, as a person who has had to seek forgiveness from the Creator and from someone that I have done wrong, right? Not in a spiritual sense. I didn't spiritually attack anyone, like curse them or hex them, but I have done things I shouldn't have, right? So trust me, this is something I had to go through too, all right? But I'm going to end it here. I do love y'all. Hope you've been drinking your water, eating your fruit and vegetables, and sipping on your own tea. Love y'all. Peace.